Good afternoon. We're here with Ed Boss, Bosdale Farms. We've had the pleasure of viewing the cattle here today. A very impressive herd. We've been watching this herd for a number of years, seen them develop a lot of excellent cows with deep pedigrees. Also can recall that this is a relatively new facility that you have here, Ed. But would you share with us the background of your beginnings from in the earlier barn and then moving into this facility, and also your breeding philosophy and maybe the number of excellent cows. We'll pose one question at a time. So you tell us about initially starting in your earlier operation and moving into this new facility.
Okay, I can give you a little bit of history. My dad started in '58 when he bought this place, and it was Ashire herd, and then he worked through the Ashires to go Holstein. We developed the Bosdale prefix in '72 and started classifying full-time in '78. Since then we've had 2 master breeder shields, and we're very close to the 3rd one, and I just checked it out the other day. In the last 10 years of all the registrations, it works out to an average of 12.5% going excellent. So that's been quite a highlight. Currently right now in the herd there's 52 excellents and 110 very good. Maybe going back a little bit to '78 when we started to classify. I remember being with the classifier the first time, and the herd score was 45 plus and 45 good. And that was the herd score. And we built it up basically through breeding. We've bought into some families, but that's happened within the last 10 years.
Okay. Initially you just were a lot of patience and a lot of study.
Breeding the best bulls all the time, with the focus being on udders, rumps, and feet and legs was always the important thing.
Name over some of the bulls over the years that have had a very positive effect here.
Probably the first bull that had a big impact would have been Sheik, Puget Sound Sheik. He would have been the bull that I would say really started to change things. And they not only were good cows, but they were tremendous brood cows. And then following behind Sheik would have been Astrojet and Broker. They both were bulls that were just tremendous cows for us. And then after him would have come Silky Gibson and Storm. I think Storm holds the most with 12 excellents out of 1 bull. And then in more recent years would be September Storm, would be a tremendous bull. Now with the 2-year-old Sanchez and Shottle have been outstanding bulls that we've used.
And highlight some of the cows that have been had the biggest influence as far as daughters in the herd over time.
Probably, I was just going over a little bit, the Portrait family would probably be the biggest homebred family, and right now in the herd there's 6 of them that are over 10 years of age that are 3, 4, or 5 cows, and there's 5 in the Portrait family in the herd that are 93 points or higher.
Share with us a little bit of the pedigree on the Portrait family.
It started with a Dumbbell Royal Majesty. She was a very good cow, average size with a tremendous udder. And she had 6 daughters in the herd. That 1 was excellent, 5 were very good. And from there it started to really develop the family. The outside is 4 generations from the Dumbbell, and the 95-point cow is also 4 generations from her.
Now I understand, chatting with somebody here today, that though we wouldn't consider outside current genetics, you still have a nice demand for embryos from the Portrait cows. Correct?
Yeah. Actually, today we just finished a deal with Finland for 22 embryos.
Wonderful.
So that was a nice surprise.
And, their criteria, what did,
I think what impressed them the most was the longevity on some of the cows. They, we were told last year when they were coming in that they'd like to see cows with 100,000 kgs, 10 years old, and the few families have done that for us, like the portraits have done.
now more recently, you've partnered up a little bit with John Milioti
Yeah.
in a cow family that's working out nice for you. Would you like to highlight that for us?
That has been a really pleasant addition for us, and that was Earhart Durham Liberty. She's a Durham daughter out of ID Luster. And we have now 6 daughters out of her in the herd. 4 of them are 2-year-olds, and they've scored between 86 and 88 points. And 2 third lactations are both 91 points.
And they're by the different...
They're Goldwyn's, September Storm, and Dundee, and Shottle.
Okay. And speaking of some of the other additions, you bought a couple of youngsters out of the Barbie family.
The Barbie family, yeah, yeah. When we're just starting to get some heifers out of them. I like what I see in the heifers, but we'll have to, you know, see how great they become in the future.
Well, we certainly enjoyed and appreciate your time today and giving us a little personal insight into where you kind of started from and the point you are right now. And we thank you very much.
No problem. It's a pleasure working with you, Frank.
Our pleasure.